Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, shout out to you guys out there watching this video, all the loyal subscribers. We keep showing your boy BT love, and yeah, God bless you guys. But we're gonna talk about Eddie Hearn. Shout out to Eddie Hearn. You know what we say on this channel. We don't say Al Heyman. We don't say thank you, Al Heyman. We say thank you, Eddie Hearn, because Eddie Hearn, he's doing his damn thing right now in the UK. Can't hate him, the man. But Eddie Hearn recently came out and, he feels like, hey, Matchroom, I think we have Deontay Wilder cornered. He thinks that now with the way the landscape of the heavyweight division is, that Deontay Wilder, before this year is out, is going to have to fight one of his fighters. And it could either be a mega fight with Anthony Joshua, which I think is going to happen this year. And if not that, then a fight with Dillian Whyte, who has worked his way up into that number one mandatory position. So let's get into what Mr. Eddie Hearn had to say in regards to Deontay Wilder being cornered by his matchroom fight. He said, I quote, "I think we've got him cornered. It's a good way to put it. Eventually, Dillian will be the mandatory for Deontay Wilder. When that is called, obviously, he's just boxed his mandatory, remains to burn. So you're looking normally at 9 months, so it probably won't be called till September. Will Dillian fight in the summer? Possibly, but I think we got Wilder cornered. If he doesn't want to fight Joshua, he's going to have to fight Dillian Whyte," Eddie Hearn told Boxing News. He then went on by saying, I quote, "I'm also certain that Joshua Wilder will happen this year. It's just whether it's in September or November or December. We may box in the summer, depending on how the Parker fight goes. Whether that's Wilder or not, we will see. I want Dillian to fight for the world title and Joshua to fight Whyte as well. Every time he gets asked the question, who would like to fight, he says Wilder, Whyte, So that's what he said. So let's get into it like this, man. Deontay Wilder did turn down a $4 million offer to fight Dillian Whyte in the UK. So now he's fighting Luis Ortiz. I tend to believe that he's been in cahoots with the WBC. Been going on about this for quite some time now. And I just think, like, with Deontay Wilder, man, like, because I think he's going to beat I genuinely think he's going to beat Luis Ortiz. He'll beat Luis Ortiz. Then after he does that, I definitely see Deontay Wilder. What was I going to say? Yeah, I definitely see Deontay Wilder. I don't know. I don't know what I see him doing, because the way his situation is structured is, I could see him fighting Dillian Whyte next, but the thing is, the WBC, knowing how they work, I could see them thrusting kind of like a final eliminator between Dillian Whyte, who's 1, and Dominic Breazeale, who's 2, because I know that's a fight that was also discussed, and it just makes sense. They're gonna fight. He's gonna fight Lucas Brown. Should he be victorious against Lucas Brown, then he could fight Dominic Breazeale, which will further stall Wilder, and maybe Wilder fights some bum again, and then fight Joshua. I don't know how this is going to go, but we would be led to believe that if the WBC actually follows their own rules, then Wilder will have to fight Dillian Whyte in September if they enforce the mandatory. If they start becoming like the IBF all of a sudden, and they enforce mandatory on Deontay Wilder, an actual mandatory that earned the spot, okay, that earned the spot, not like remains to earn that, but one that earned the spot, then you have to fight Dillian Whyte probably in November-ish, because he's fighting Ortiz in March, and you don't generally have to make a mandatory defense until 9 months after. So probably November, December, you could see them fighting. I don't know whether that's in the USA or the UK. That's to be determined. But that's only if it's enforced. If it's not enforced, then I think the Joshua fight will happen this year. But regardless of the fact, I would tend to agree with Eddie Hearn, but I don't want to say that it's going to happen 100%, because there's always wiggle room with the WBC. The WBC, they just put two mandatories for what's his name? Keith Thurman. They say you got to fight Sean Porter, and then you got to fight winner of Garcia Rios. So it's like WBC changes the WBC. I'll tell you what the WBC is. The WBC to boxing is like, and not to be weird, but it's like when it's that time of the month for a woman, and they get all emotional and they go up and down and up and down. They change their mind this day and they change their mind that day. That's WBC with the rankings. So we don't know. It's not a fluid situation. So right now it looks like that. In a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months time, it could look like a much different picture. But that's the news. Eddie Hearn thinks Deontay Wilder is cornered and he will have to fight one of his matchroom fighters. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Will Deontay Wilder fight Dillian Whyte or Anthony Joshua this year? Or will Al Heyman and his minions work with the WBC to get Wilder out of such situations like that? Let me know in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, and you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.